Wonderful. So we'll start laying down to help relax the body today. And we will come back here shortly for Shavasana. But just to start laying down, I will invite you to bend your knees. And you can either just bend the knees and place your feet on the mat, or if possible, you could bring the feet together and let the knees fall apart into a butterfly. And with your hands, you can choose any position of the hands. You can try placing them on the body or along your sides, or you could even reach your arms up alongside your ears and grab the elbows. You can try any of those. And then closing the eyes. And feeling the weight of your head being supported by your mat. The shoulders relaxing down and back towards the floor. The heart and chest opening with each breath up to the sky. And feeling the rising and falling of your low belly. And just taking a couple more breaths here to just arrive. Breathing in and out as the mind starts to unravel its thoughts and ideas and expectations. Finding your awareness. And as you breathe here in your comfortable position on your back, I invite you here to just remind yourself or come up with one or a couple things about yourself that you are grateful for, whether it has to do with your personality, your talents, your own personal talents, or a physical attribute, or anything else about yourself that you really like, something that you are grateful for personally. And just taking just a few breaths here just to remind yourself of all the things that you love about yourself. Just starting with building that self-love, building the relationships that we have with ourselves. And once you've found those one or a couple of things, take just another few breaths to just soak in those feelings. Soak in the way you feel thinking about those particular things. Take another breath in and out. And then slowly start to take a full body stretch. So we'll start to straighten the legs and the arms, and you'll just start to slowly blink the eyes open to look up at the ceiling and taking a nice long body stretch, stretching through the toes and the fingertips. And then let's hug the right knee into the chest. Hugging it in nice and close, flexing the toes. If you need to rock side to side or roll it in circles, you can, or just hug it in. Deep breaths. And then let your knee fall out to the right side, keeping it supported with your right hand. Maybe just a few inches, letting it open out to the right side. And try to flex the toes the best you can. Nice. Then we'll guide the knee through center and over to the left for a twist. Either keep the right hip on the mat or let it lift for a deeper twist. 3 big breaths. Nice. Then we'll bring the head and knee back to center. Straighten the right leg to meet the left. Good. Pause. Notice how the right hip feels compared to the left, if there is any difference at all, if it's the same or different. And then we'll hug the left side in. Left knee hugs in. Hug it in nice and tight. Flex the toes. Nice deep breaths. And next, guide the knee out to the side, letting it fall to the left. Cradling it with the left palm. Listening in, paying attention to your breath. Next breath will guide the knee back through center and then over to your right for a twist. Your choice on how deep you want the twist to go. going 100, as you know, you all are all professional yogis by now. You don't have to go 100% in any pose for it to be better. What's best is what feels good for you, as you already know. Nice big breaths. However many breaths we've been here so far. We'll take two more. And we'll come back through center. And we'll straighten the left leg to meet the right. And we're going to do that annoying core exercise real quick. We're going to bring the feet into butterfly, knees fall apart, feet together, and we're going to reach the arms up overhead. We've done this one before. We did this 2 weeks ago, and we did this last week as well. So just to help strengthen our core. So take a breath here. As you inhale, you're going to lengthen the arms and open up the heart. And every time you exhale, bring the hands into prayer position, lift the feet, lift the head, curl it around, and reach your prayer position hands towards the feet. Inhaling will let the feet come down, arms come up alongside the ears. And try to do about 10 of these on your own. Inhaling to open, exhaling to curl around. It's kind of a weird sit-up, but it's actually a really great one. It's a really safe way to do sit-ups. And it's very effective. After just 2 or 3 of these, you might start to go, woo! So try to do 10. I think I've done 4 or 5 here, so 5 more for me. I'm going to do 1 more. And then once you finish your last one, rest for a moment. And then you can lift your feet. You can either keep them in butterfly or you can open them up for happy baby, or both. You can kind of switch back and forth between both if you want to. Rock side to side if you'd like, or be still. Happy baby. It's a nice back massage. Super good. Much needed for me right now. Because I have to sit so much now doing all this chemistry that my back has been hurting so bad. So I feel you guys so bad because I know several of you, when I ask for requests, you say back or low back. So I feel ya. We're going to do some low back stuff. So let's hug the knees into the chest. And let's start to either rock forward and back or roll to one side and come up to seated. And we'll come to seated and straighten the legs long in front of you. I think my head's a little cut off. Might as well show my head. There we go. I got my little Christmas tree up there. It's not decorated yet. I need to get some little LED lights. All right. Legs are straight in front of you. And we're going to flex the toes. And then let's hug in one of your knees. Doesn't matter which side. I'm going to hug in my left knee. Good. And open up the chest, sit nice and tall. And then any amount, we're going to reach the hands to the inside of your leg and start to just fold a millimeter forward or a couple inches if possible. You can allow the knee to kind of come out to the side slightly here if needed, but still keeping your foot onto the mat if possible. And then walk yourself back up. I didn't even fold that far, but I only needed to fold a little bit there. And then we're going to let your knee fall out to the side so that the sole of your foot comes to the inner thigh. We're going to inhale, lengthen, and then exhale straight forward, right towards the leg. We're going to fold forward so that the heart comes towards that straight leg. Every inhale, think about lengthening through the low back. Every exhale, just allow gravity to help you fold. Spread the toes. Saying good morning to those hamstrings on this side. Good. We'll inhale, come back up. And then this time we're going to side bend. So we're going to turn the heart slightly to, well, for me, I'm going to turn to the left a little bit. And then I'm going to reach my right arm out towards the straight leg. Other arm comes up and over. So for a side bend. Coming to a side bend. We'll take a few breaths here. So if it starts to get really intense onto that lower back, left side for me, then come out just a few inches because we'll stay here for at least 3 more breaths. And 1 more breath. And then we'll inhale, come back up. We'll hug the knee back in and place the sole of the foot onto the mat. And then if possible, either keep it to the inside of the leg or cross it over. Either way works. We'll inhale, lengthen, reach your right arm up. And then exhale, we'll twist, reaching the other hand behind you. Inhaling to lengthen, exhale to twist, and try to spread the toes. And we'll take a breath in and unwind, come back to center, unwrap the legs. And then let's hug in your other leg, coming to the inside of the thigh. Foot comes onto the floor, hug it in, spread the toes, sit nice and tall. And then we'll bring the arms to the inside of your bent leg. And inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold just as much as you would like to, whether it's just reaching forward an inch or 2 or a couple inches. And next breath, come on up. And we're going to let the knee fall to the side into like a half butterfly. Sole of the foot comes to inner thigh. Still facing straight forward towards the straight leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Try to spread your toes, just a friendly reminder. And one more breath here. And we'll inhale, come up. We'll turn your heart slightly to the angle of which your bent knee is pointing. And we'll reach your arm out towards the straight leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach the other arm up and over for a side bend. Again, find just the right amount of intensity so that you can stay there for a couple breaths. I'm going to get a tissue real quick. Stretching. Awesome. No cheating. No. Yeah, let's take one more breath in that side bend. Excuse me. Thank you. And then we'll slowly come back up. We'll hug the knee back in for that twist. So you can either keep it to the inner side of the thigh or come to the outside of the leg. Good. Grow tall, reach the left arm up or whichever arm for you. And then exhale, we'll twist. Spread the toes. Good. Next breath, we'll unwind, come back forward, straighten both legs. If you need to shift the hips a little bit side to side to get the bones back grounded onto the mat, go ahead. Spread the toes, inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, fold, just a neutral forward fold. And while you're folded here, I'll invite you to point and flex the feet a few times. If you have any tightness like in the shins or the tops of the feet, you might even choose to keep the toes pointed. Or if the calf muscles are really tight, which mine are, you might choose to keep them flexed, or you could just keep moving them if you'd like. We'll take 3 or 4 more breaths here folded. Lengthening as you breathe in and relaxing as you breathe out. One more breath. And then let's come on up. And we're going to come to tabletop. That's enough of that, of sitting. Come to tabletop. And take some cat-cows. And after that core warm up, you might feel good to hold cow pose for a period of time. Do what feels right. And I apologize, my nose is runny today. My cat gets jealous when I'm not paying attention to her. All right, so we're going to take just another 1 or 2 more rounds of cat cow. Good. And then let's curl the toes under, downward facing dog. First one. And really just take your time. Be gentle, especially since a lot of us took last week off. So walk out the feet. Turn the head yes and no. Whatever your favorite things to do are. And on your next inhale, come forward through plank, either staying in plank or come to knees down. Exhale, shift forward, come all the way down for chaturanga. Inhale, peel the heart forward, take your back bend. Exhale, come down to rest. Inhale, come up through tabletop. Exhale, child's pose. Next, inhale, come up to tabletop. And we're going to come to a modified side plank. If you need anything soft under the knee, feel free to add something squishy. We're gonna kickstand the left foot any amount so that the left leg can feel balanced. And we're gonna come to the inner edge of the right foot, straightening the right leg long, coming to side plank. And once you find your side plank, check in with your grounded hand. So my left hand is going to be on the mat, and practice that hand lock or hasta bandha. Spreading the fingers, getting the weight distributed equally through all the fingers, all 5 fingers. And then we'll reach the right arm up to the sky. Wherever you want to gaze your eyes, if you want to look forward, up or down. And then let's stay here and then reach your right arm up alongside the ear. Taking a nice little side stretch through the right side. Lengthening through the fingertips, the side of the body. Nice. Reach your right arm back up towards the ceiling, and then practice your half moon by lifting this right leg. And as the right leg lifts, you'll flex it really strong and flex the feet so the feet are flat, as if the feet are touching onto a wall. And this is a hard one to balance. So engage the core and just practice your balance. If you're comfortable with balancing here and you want a little challenge, you can play with bending your knee and possibly reaching for the foot or the top of the foot or clothing. And if that is a possibility and you still want more, you can start to press the foot into the hand as well. And those are options. Take a few more breaths here, just practicing Good. If you chose to grab the foot, slowly release it and place it back down onto the mat. Both hands come forward, tabletop position. And then let's roll both wrists real quick. Awesome. And then let's come to side plank on the other side, setting up your right hand, kickstanding the right foot if you need to, and straightening the left leg. Inner edge of the left foot comes to the mat, and find your balance. Reach the arm up to the sky. And then let's all reach our left arm up alongside the ear, lengthening the left side. Then reach the arm back up to the ceiling, and we'll practice half moon, lifting the left leg. Again, the foot is flexed. Either play with just your half moon, or if possible, bend the knee and reach for the foot for a special little fun challenge. And if you still need more, press the top of the foot into the hand. And breathe. Be patient because it's not easy to balance like this. It's a little awkward. Good. If you chose to grab the foot, gently release the foot and place it back down onto the mat. Both hands come forward. Both knees come to the mat, tabletop. And we'll shift forward on your inhale, and then exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, peel the heart forward, any back bend of your choice. I'm going to come to Sphinx, or if you want to do a different one, take 2-3 breaths in your back bend. Press to the tops of the feet. Pull the heart forward. And we'll come down to rest. Next breath, come up through tabletop and child's pose. Take 1 or 2 breaths in child's pose. When you're ready, come up and come back to downward facing dog. Walk it out if you need to. On your inhale, prepare your body to move. On your exhale, make your way forward to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, rise all the way up. And then exhale, fold forward, lead with the heart. Halfway lift on your inhale. And then exhale, we're gonna just step your left foot back and keep your right foot forward. And we're gonna keep the hands forward, so if you're feeling like you need a little extra height, go ahead and add at-home prop like a book, or if you have a block, or plant the fingertips here. Your choice. For less intensity, bring your back knee down, and that will be less intense. For a little bit more intensity, you can keep the back knee lifted. So that's up to you. Keep the left hand planted on the inside of the right foot, and then reach your right arm up to the sky twist. And again, your choice if you want to lift that back knee or bring it down. Let's take 3 breaths here. Again, keep the weight even on the left hand. We're in a twisted lunge here. And 1 more breath. And next breath, plant the hands forward and take a big step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise all the way out and up. Exhale, fold forward, lead with the heart. Halfway lift, inhale. And then fold, exhale as we take a big step back with your left foot, or actually your whatever foot, the opposite foot, so the right foot, I believe. Get your hands in a nice position at a good height for you. Choose to either drop the knee or keep it lifted. And when you're ready, lift your left arm up to twist. And that's okay if one side needs to be down and if the other side was up. Totally up to you. Breathe. We're in a nice little twisted lunge. Just another breath or so. And next breath, plant both hands forward. Lift the back knee if it's not already, and take a big step forward, forward fold. Inhale, lift yourself halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, all the way up. Exhale, fold forward, lead with your heart. Halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, fold, walk your feet back to downward dog. Good. Take a breath in, roll forward to plank or knees down. Exhale, shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. Peel the heart open, inhale. Take 2, 3 breaths if you can. Next breath, come down to rest. And next breath, come up through table and sitting back into child's pose. And we'll stay in child's pose for just a few breaths here. If possible, you might even walk your hands towards you to help anchor down the hips towards the heels if there is any space there. Some of you, I don't believe, have space between your hips and your feet in child's pose. So if that's the case, then don't worry about pushing down any further. In that case, there could be other things, maybe finding a good place for your forehead to rest. If the forehead doesn't want to come down to the mat, you can make a little pillow with your hands. And all different options. While you're here in child's pose for another breath or so, remind yourself of all of those things that you love about yourself. Take another breath in child's pose. And then make your way up to tabletop. We're going to lift one of your legs as if you were a dog going to pee on a fire hydrant. And we're going to make nice big circles with the knee. So we'll just call this fire hydrant pose. And go as slow as you need to, rolling out that hip joint. Yeah, then reverse the circle. Good. Then we'll place it down and take the other side, lifting the left side or whatever side you're on. Nice big slow circles. And if one side is not available to do this, you can just do it on the side that you can. And switch to the other direction if you haven't already. Opposite circles. And this is actually something that a lot of athletes do as well to keep their hips nice and healthy. Okay, we'll place both knees back down and come to sit. And then come to lay down. We're going to take our seated pigeon or figure four pose. We're going to cross the right ankle over the knee. Keep it there or lift and hug it in. Spread the toes the best you can. Let the shoulders relax. Find a nice stretch for that outer hip. Either closing the eyes or half closing them. We'll turn this into a twist, reaching the arms out and letting the legs fall over to your left, either keeping the legs crossed and planting the sole of the right foot on the ground, or just simply stack your right knee on top of the left. When I plant my foot onto the floor, I like to take my hand and hold on to the ankle for support. But whatever works best for you and whatever works by feel. Feeling in your body what the feeling of yes and what the feeling of no sensations are like. And once you find it, take some nice breaths. Visualizing each breath as if you're feeding each cell with new, motivated, positive energy. However you want to visualize, if you're into visualizations. Take one last big breath on this side. And we'll unwind out of our twist. We'll uncross the legs. And we will cross the other side. Take a breath to prepare, and as you're ready, either hug it in or keep the foot on the ground, however you feel the stretch of that outer left hip, spread the toes, relax the facial muscles. Start to reach the arms out to the side and take your twist on this side, however you wish to twist. Whichever leg variation works. And relax into your twist. One more big breath here. Start to unwind back to center. And any last movements here. If you want to bend the knees or straighten the legs, if you want to hug the knees in to the chest or take happy baby, or anything else that sounds good here. You could even take a little heart opener like your bridge pose for a moment. Whatever sounds good. And notice how it feels to just intuitively just know exactly what movement or pose to go right into. Whenever, I give that option at the end of take whatever feels right, notice how you just know. You intuitively just know what you need, what the body needs. It's really amazing. And take another 30 seconds or so to finish off whatever you're doing right now. And we'll get ready for Shavasana. Make sure stay hydrated. Good. So get comfortable for Shavasana. Whether you're laying on your mat or on a piece of furniture in your home. And once you get there, just take on your own 3 big sighs. Close the eyes if you haven't already, and let the shoulders fall back as well as the weight of your head. unlocking your jaw and letting the tongue fall heavy. We'll start with the toes, relaxing toes, feet, and legs, letting them fall to either side naturally. First, bringing your focus or energy to the base of your spine, your root chakra, picturing the color red, Muladhara. Moving your energy line up to your hips, your low belly, Savistana, picturing the color orange. Gradually moving the energy up to your solar plexus, breathing into your Manipura chakra or your inner fire, picturing the color yellow. Then start to bring it a little bit more upwards towards your heart, breathing into your heart chakra, Anahata, and picturing the color green. Traveling up just a little bit farther to your throat, breathing into your throat chakra. Picturing the color blue. Breathing into your Vishuddha chakra. And then moving upwards to your third eye, the space in between your eyebrows, and breathing into that space, picturing the color blue or violet or purple, Ajna, your third eye. And then last, making your way to focus onto the crown of your head, your crown chakra, picturing the color white or pink. Everyone's different on what they might picture there. And breathing into your crown chakra. And taking a few minutes here for Shavasana to let the body process everything we just did, and to also equal out all of those 7 energy points in the body. If at any point as I was going through them, if you felt any particular feeling in one or a couple of those areas, you might choose to focus on one or two of those spots. Or you might just breathe equally through all 7, feeling the breath move up and down, up towards the crown of the head, Sahasrara, and downwards as you exhale towards your root chakra. So customizing where you want to focus the energy, and then just allowing yourself to breathe and let go. Shavasana. Slowly invite the breath back in to the lowest part of your spine. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And slowly reawakening fingers and toes. Waking up both arms and legs. Perhaps turning the head gently from side to side or a full body stretch. Then I invite you to roll over to either side, resting your head somewhere comfortable on one of your arms. And come back really quickly to the things you thought of earlier that you love about yourself. Just reminding yourself of that self-love. And it makes me think of a quote from, I don't know if anyone here watches RuPaul's Drag Race, But RuPaul himself has said, if you don't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love someone else? And I just thought of that. So think of those things you love about yourself and slowly start to come up to seated. Bring your hands together into prayer position in front of the heart. Bow the head forward. And as you breathe, I ask you here silently, how does it feel to be you right now in this very moment? Thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for all of you. Namaste.